Hey guys, welcome back for part 3 of the Mad Science Lab. This set required a whole lot of details, which is the reason why I broke it up to 3 parts. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me, and we're going to pick up where we left off. Okay, so this part right here is where you just get to use your imagination and grab whatever recycled pieces of material you have in the house to just basically come up with any pieces of equipment that you feel like you may need in your lab. So I took all these pieces of equipment over here and turned them from this into this. Yeah, y'all like that video magic? These are my Telsa poles. And here's some more from this to this. This is called my Hydro Nuke Reactor Filtration System 500. Turned a simple shampoo bottle into an oxygen tank. So in my head, for me, having a mad science lab means somewhere in the lab there has to be a brain in a jar somewhere. But unfortunately, I don't have a brain in a jar. So I figured since I don't have one, I'm just gonna go ahead and make my own. So I started doing off my brain in a jar by getting myself some polymer clay and sculpting out a brain and then placing it into a jar. So I used resin for the liquid in the jar, and once I was done with that, I made another brain in a jar. This one was an infected, nasty brain. I also made this Hydro Nuke Reactor Mixer 600M with different pieces of foam, dowels, springs, and again, just different pieces of recycled material I could find my hands on. I also made a main power switch out of foam board and different recycling materials, pieces of wood that I put together in the shape of a switch handle. And then I also made a small cart. Okay guys, finally, now that we have all our furniture pieces out the way and all our equipment that we're going to need, we're gonna go ahead and start putting this lab together. We're gonna start off by bringing in our counter, some posters, and a TV monitor. And let's not forget our hydration system. Now I have a bunch of our generation accessories from Target, so I'm going to take the opportunity to go ahead and use the our generation lab accessories in this setting. Works perfectly. Now some of you may wonder if the R generation is a good scale for Barbie in this lab, so I went ahead and grabbed Michaela to see the size comparison to see if she would fit this scale, and as you can see here, she absolutely does fit. It works out perfectly. So if you guys want to go ahead and buy the set for your science lab or school or whatever it is that you're making, this is just to let you know that a Barbie play scale will actually fit with this our generation science lab. So kudos. Now, of course, because this is for 18-inch dolls, some of the accessories will be a little bit too big for Barbie. Like, for example, the microscope is a little bit too big. But for the most part, most of the stuff that you're getting out of the Our Generation and also the My Life one, I mean, they will work out good for Barbie scale or 1/6 scale dioramas. I'm also going to be using some Rement Science Lab accessories. I'm also going to be using the Barbie Science playset. We're going to grab this stool. I'm going to go ahead and paint silver and black. Okay, let's move to the corner where I added my biohazard trash bin, my Hydro Nuke Reactor Filtration System, and my Hydro Nuke Reactor Mixer 600. So this right here is what I was trying to tell you guys earlier when it came down to the wires to the back of the cabinet. Essentially, the wires are used as a hook to kind of hang over the wall to the set so that it's like free hanging, since there's nothing underneath to hold the cabinet to the wall. Added some more accessories to the cabinets. And I also had a fun time right here filling out these containers, essentially just coming up with different varieties of colors of chemicals that I could possibly think of. So all you have to do is just get some food coloring, some water, and just go crazy and basically, bring out anything that you have imagined. Moving on to the other corner of the room, this is where I added my main power switch, my mini circuit breaker switches, my eraser board, and added a shelf for all my equipment that you can possibly think of in a lab, medical and non-medical wise. In the middle of the lab is where I placed my Telsa poles, my gurney, along with a patient gown, blanket, and a pillow. I brought in my cart with my monitor for monitoring EKG and brain waves to see if there's any type of cardiac activity. And most importantly, my main power source, my Telsa ball. After bringing in my desk and monitors, I did like a lip for the top of the set, which included some LED lights. This set was a pretty detailed one, and it had lots of different little things to do. So I want to thank you guys so much for hanging in there with me in this video. Here is the final look at the Mad Scientist set with all its accessories and all the furniture put in place. This set took approximately about 4 weeks to complete, from the walls to the furniture and all the accessories. I hope you guys are inspired to make your own Mad Scientist lab. Hope you were able to get some tips and tricks. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.